What if the secret to crushing it in any industry isn't luck, talent, or connections, but sheer, relentless effort? Imagine waking up every day knowing someone out there is grinding 24/7 to take everything you've built. That's not paranoia. That's the fire that fuels success. In a world where competition never sleeps, the ones who rise to the top are those who outwork, outsmart, and outprepare everyone else. This is the story of how dedication, preparation, and a healthy dose of paranoia can transform your dreams into reality, and why failing to embrace these principles could cost you everything. In any industry, the formula for standing out is simple yet brutal. Work harder than anyone else. It's not enough to clock in and clock out. You've got to pour your heart into every task, every pitch, every moment. Picture yourself in a room full of competitors, some smarter, some flashier, some with deeper pockets. Now imagine being the one who's just a little sharper, a little more prepared, a little hungrier. That's your edge. It's not about being the most naturally gifted. It's about showing up with a plan, a purpose, and an unbreakable will to win. If you're not willing to put in that effort, someone else will, and they'll leave you in the dust. Take it from someone who's been in the trenches. I live by the mantra, work like someone's trying to take it all away from you. Every day, I operate as if a rival is spending every waking hour plotting to outmaneuver me. That mindset keeps me sharp. It forces me to stay one step ahead, to anticipate challenges, and to never get comfortable. Complacency is the enemy of progress. If you're not pushing yourself to learn more, do more, and be more, you're handing your competitors the playbook to beat you. So, why do so many people fail? It's not just a lack of brains or effort. It's a refusal to do the work and a failure to learn. When you step into a business, you're never alone. There's always someone else out there who knows your industry, your customers, and your weaknesses as well as you do, maybe even better. If you walk into a competitive environment unprepared, without a deep understanding of your business, you're setting yourself up to lose. The ones who succeed aren't just lucky. They're the ones who've studied their craft, mastered their market, and put in the hours to know more than anyone else. Think about it. If you're competing against me, you'd better bring your A game. I'm not just going to outwork you. I'm going to outthink you, out-prepare you, and out-hustle you. That's not arrogance, it's reality. The combination of effort and knowledge is what separates the winners from the wannabes. Too many businesses fail early on because their founders don't grasp this. They coast, they cut corners, they assume they'll figure it out later. But later never comes. By the time they realize their mistake, someone else has already taken their spot. I can spot a doomed entrepreneur in minutes. It's not about their resume or their pitch deck. It's about their passion, their focus, their preparation. When I meet someone starting a business, I can tell how serious they are by the questions they ask. If they're asking basic questions, they should already know. It's a red flag. If they're not curious, not hungry for knowledge, they're not going to make it. The questions you ask reveal more about you than anything else. They show how much you've prepared, how much you care, and how ready you are to tackle the 1,000 variables that determine success. In any business, there's a universe of factors that influence whether you'll sink or swim. Through years of experience, I've learned to identify the critical ones, the 900 out of 1,000 things you need to know to survive. When I talk to an entrepreneur, I'm mentally checking how many of those they've already mastered. If they're clueless about the basics, it tells me they're not willing to put in the work. But if they're asking sharp, thoughtful questions, it's a sign they're in it to win it. The greatest threat to your success isn't your competitors, it's your own ignorance. If you're not constantly learning, you're falling behind. Knowledge is your armor, and curiosity is your weapon. If you don't have a thirst for learning, you're done. I'm not talking about sitting in a classroom for 4 years. though we'll get to that later. I'm talking about absorbing everything you can, every trend, every insight, every lesson from your industry. If you're not growing, someone else is, and they're coming for your spot. That brings us to paranoia, not the kind that keeps you up at night, but the kind that keeps you sharp. A healthy dose of paranoia is essential for any entrepreneur. You've got to assume someone's out there trying to take you down, because they are. Every business has competitors waiting to pounce, to steal your customers, to out-innovate you. The best way to stay ahead is to think like them. Ask yourself, if I were my own rival, how would I beat me? What weaknesses would I exploit? What moves would I make? Then, fix those weaknesses and make those moves first. I see this all the time in business plan competitions. Young entrepreneurs pitch their ideas, and too often, they dismiss their competition. Big mistake. You can't afford to underestimate anyone. If you're good, really good, you're not just competing. You're inspiring others to step up their game. Your success makes them hungrier, faster, better. That's why you need to stay self-aware, know your strengths, and never stop improving. Paranoia isn't about fear, it's about preparation. Now, let's talk about college. There's a lot of noise out there from people saying, skip school, drop out, start your business. I'm here to tell you, those people are dead wrong. Education isn't just about a degree, it's about equipping yourself with the tools to succeed. Take accounting, for example. If you don't understand the numbers, you're already behind. Sure, you could hire an accountant, but how will you know if they're doing their job right? How will you understand why your profits are up, but your cash is down? Knowledge is power, and college, whether it's a 4-year university or a community college course, gives you the foundation to speak the language of business. I went to Indiana University, and the most valuable thing I learned wasn't any single class. It was how to learn. College taught me to be curious, to ask better questions, to seek out answers. That skill has been worth more to me than any textbook. In business, things change constantly. New technologies, new markets, new challenges. If you don't know how to adapt and learn, you're toast. For most people, college is the best place to build that muscle. And let's be real, if you're disciplined enough to teach yourself accounting online, you're already ahead of the game. But most people need structure, accountability, and a push to get there. Education also saves you money. When you understand the basics, like accounting, finance, or even how to incorporate a business, you don't have to shell out thousands to hire experts. That's money you can reinvest in your company. More importantly, it gives you confidence. When you know your stuff, you walk into meetings with swagger. You're not intimidated by jargon or numbers. You're ready to play the game and win. Let's shift gears to growth. Every entrepreneur wants to know, how do I scale my business fast? The answer depends on your industry, your product, and your skill set. Some businesses are slow burns. You've got to grind it out, build trust, and wait for the pieces to click. Others, like tech startups, need to move at lightning speed to capture the market. The key is knowing your business's life cycle and matching your pace to it. Speed isn't about rushing blindly. It's about finding the low-hanging fruit, the customers who are ready to buy, the opportunities you can seize right now. Get that first customer, learn from them, and iterate. Each sale teaches you something new. Each client shows you how to improve. The faster you learn, the faster you grow. When I bought the Dallas Mavericks, we had no season ticket holders. 0. So, I got on the phone myself. Yes, me, the owner, and started calling former fans. Hey, this is Mark Cuban. I'm the new owner. Come back to the Mavs. Unbelievable? Maybe. But if I'm not willing to do the work, how can I expect my team to? That's the mindset. Lead by example. I don't care if you're a billionaire or a bootstrapper. Hustle is hustle. I'd pick up trash in the arena if it needed to be done. Why? Because no one should ever say, he's not willing to get his hands dirty. That's how you build a culture of hard work. That's how you grow a business from nothing to something extraordinary. Growth is about momentum. Get that first customer, then the next, then the next. Each one should come a little faster as you refine your pitch, your product, your process. Ask for referrals, build relationships, learn what works, and double down on it. Perfection isn't the goal, progress is. Waiting for the perfect product can kill your business. Get it out there, test it, improve it. Speed comes from action, not overthinking. Are entrepreneurs born or made? I believe it's a bit of both. Some people are wired for business. They've got that spark, that hustle from a young age. I was one of those kids. At 12, I was buying and selling baseball cards and stamps, hustling for every dollar. Growing up in Pittsburgh, I'd package cards with a guaranteed Pittsburgh Pirate and sell them for triple the price. I'd set up shop on a park bench and make deals. Those early days taught me as much about business as any MBA, supply and demand, customer psychology, the thrill of the sale. But hustle alone isn't enough. You need discipline, focus, and the right environment to thrive. Think of Dirk Nowitzki. He's not the most athletic guy in the NBA, but his work ethic and skill, combined with his 7-foot frame, make him a legend. Entrepreneurship is the same. You've got to know your strengths, find the right industry, and go all in. Whether you're aiming for $250,000 or $2.5 billion, it starts with understanding what you're good at and building from there. Success isn't about luck or genius. It's about effort, preparation, and a relentless drive to learn. Outwork your competitors, outsmart them, outprepare them, stay paranoid, stay curious, and never stop growing. That's the blueprint. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your hustle? What's the one thing you're doing to outwork everyone else? Drop a comment, share your story, and let's inspire each other. If this resonated with you, hit that follow button and join our community of dreamers and doers. Together, we'll keep pushing, learning, and winning. Let's make it happen.